Tribesman enforcer and Sergeant-at-Arms Agostino Tay has been denied parole, amidst tit-for-tat shootings between the club and the killerbeez on Auckland streets. Tribesman enforcer Agostino Tay was sentenced to 7 years imprisonment in May 2020 for shooting his former close friend, killerbeez boss Josh Masters. The shooting at a Harley-Davidson dealership left Masters paralyzed. Relations between the killerbeez and Tribesmen have never recovered since the attempted murder on Joshua Masters. Tensions between the gangs have erupted several times in recent years in public shootings from South Auckland to far north. The latest conflict has seen more than a dozen houses shot up with innocent victims repeatedly caught in the crossfire. Last week, police announced they had arrested 19 people and laid 25 charges as part of their investigation into the conflict.
Dairyland is the police investigation into this escalating gang violence here in Tamaki Makaurau. That was launched after a spate of gun incidents and suspicious fires in late May. The police today, though, revealing that 19 people have been arrested and charged with 25 offences over the past 2 weeks, those linked to the killerbeez and Tribesmen gangs. On top of that, they say 21 searches have been carried out and 9 guns have been seized, as well as hundreds of rounds of ammunition.
Agostino Tay appeared before the parole board at Auckland South Corrections Facility in Wiri. Panel convener Judge Jane Lovell-Smith said that a psychological report dated March 4 assessed Tay and found him of being moderate risk of general reoffending and a medium risk of violent reoffending. But due to his lack of rehabilitative process, a formal assessment of the feasibility of his release was unable to be conducted. It had been recommended Tay attend Sili Matagi, a rehabilitation program for Pacifica prisoners. Although he had completed individual treatment with an external psychologist, the psychologist assessed that he had not retained content from the treatment and ultimately the therapy did no good. Tay was very realistic about the outcome of the parole meeting. He acknowledged that he needs individual psychological treatment. Tay acknowledged he would require about 12 months to complete any treatment. Parole was declined as Tay was untreated and his risk undue. An earlier parole decision from November last year reveals he was unable to complete Sili Matagi due to a combination of the COVID lockdown and the prison not wanting Tribesmen and killerbeez members in the same program. Tay had completed some rehabilitative treatments where he had participated well. He was said to be in the process of turning his life around and living a violence-free life. However, he was noted to be reluctant to extricate himself from his gang affiliations. The decision board remained concerned about Tay's risk to the community. In the decision, the convener said, "We talked to him about the offending. He was a little vague about what happened on the day of shooting in 2019. He said that he did have the gun with him in the car." Tay said he had been carrying the gun around for a couple of weeks due to escalating tensions in South Auckland amid an earlier series of shootings. We asked him where the gun was normally. He said it was at home. He said he had only obtained it a couple of weeks earlier. While we could understand aspects of Tay's explanation for the offending, in the context of his own specific fear about the victim, we were concerned about risk to community safety from someone who was carrying a gun around in his car, at least in the time leading up to this offense. Parole was denied. Tay is next due before the board in April 2023.